We have all of these elements in one story. To help me tell that story is Hannah and Jerry Kamal. Hannah, please come up and sit on the stage. And also Jihel Oliver from the CEO of Hello Tractor. Jihel and Hannah, welcome to the stage. In a sentence, Jihel, if you can, Hello Tractor, for anyone who's not heard about you, understands what you do. What is it? What does the company do?
Well, some people simplify Hello Tractor as the Uber for tractors. I think it's a little more complex than that. We connect tractors to the cloud with our GPS fleet management. And then we have agents based in the community who organize bookings on behalf of farmers who need services. Hello Tractor makes that linkage so that the booking agent earns a commission, the farmers have access to these necessary services, and the tractor owner makes money from their equipment.
So, Hannah, you were a booking agent.
Yeah,
Can you tell us about that job? What does it involve?
a booking agent is a program that you aggregate funds after training farmers on good mechanization. Then as the demand arise, do their bookings on Hello Tractor mobile app. Then you go ahead offering them the mechanization services.
So you did so well as a booking agent that you saved up enough money to do what?
Okay, I saved a lot of money as a booking agent that enabled me to purchase a tractor. They asked for a small deposit of 235,000 that was able to raise through the commission I was getting as a booking agent.
So you bought
Yeah.
a tractor.
Yeah.
When I asked you if you had a picture of your tractor on your phone, you showed me about 40 pictures.
Yes.
This is one that we decided to show.
Yeah, that's me on my tractor.
I don't know a woman who owns a tractor, so now we're besties, right?
Yeah.
You had to train to learn how to drive your tractor. Tell me about that experience. What was it like when you got that the first day that you had your own tractor? How did it feel?
I was happy because since it was my passion to serve farmers, and I got disappointments from local tractor owners who are not attending my farmers since they are smallholder farmers. They were overlooking the large-scale farmers, and when my demand with my small farmers is up, they could just go away and make my trust with my farmers, may lose the trust with farmers. So my dream was born to own a tractor, and when I had a new one, I was very happy.
You have a brand new tractor.
Yeah.
Does your tractor have a name? Do you have a name for your tractor?
Pardon?
Do you have a name for your? It's a JX75. Like that's the technical name. But do you have like a pet name for it? No. If I had a tractor, I would have a pet name. But is it a two-wheel drive or a four-wheel drive?
Four-wheel drive. And the Hello Tractor had also initiated another program and was trained to operate the tractor.
Yeah. Okay. Jill, this sounds like a remarkable story. Somebody who starts as a booking agent, booking out equipment for other farmers, who then does so well, they have their own tractor. How often does that happen?
So before we launched the tractor finance product, we were only servicing around 16% of the bookings that our partners like Hana book within their community. when we launched the pay-as-you-go tractor finance product, not only did that incentivize more bookings, but it introduced liquidity into parts of the market that were dramatically underserved. So we all know the data on commercial banks and not lending in agriculture. Less than 3% of bank lending goes into agriculture. And we were able to finance individuals based on their entrepreneurial discipline, underwrite their book of business, not look at bank accounts, which many of our customers don't even have. And that credit book right now is sitting at 2% NPLs, non-performing loans. In Kenya, the average is around 17% NPLs. So outperforming the traditionally bank by identifying the real entrepreneurs in the market like Hannah who are going after it, finding farmers willing and able to pay for tractor services and filling that gap so we can service 100% of those bookings. And the demand is insatiable. We're continuing to scale that product. I think we're number 2 in Africa in tractors financed in a very short period of time. But the demand is thousands of times more than what we're able to service. But I think if I may, I think it's a good use case on how we've been able to use things like technology and understanding our vertical to identify profit pools in the supply chain, unlock that profit, and make sure it's evenly distributed. But it speaks to the value of blended financing. Our biggest investors are commercial banks. We bring in their debt and redistribute it, but we work with groups like Heifer International to blend their low-cost capital with local bank higher cost capital from the commercial banks to reach more of these customers like Hannah. And I think that's a very novel approach to crowd more capital at scale down to the base of the pyramid.
Hannah, you describe yourself as an agripreneur, and you have so many achievements that you can humble brag about. Can you tell us some of them? Because you're top in so many areas of the work that you do. Hannah showed me a chart yesterday, and her name was right at the top. Was it the most bookings? What was it at the very top? And your name was right there on the league.
Yeah, that was showing that I have the most farms being plowed under the Hello Tractor program. Like when you book for your farmers in the ground, then you do the service to them. It reflects to the Hello Tractor through the mobile app application, and thus they are able to trace out who is leading in aggregation and servicing the acres, the booked acres, and also the paying.
You obviously have a talent for what you do, and you're a high achiever. But I know that you wanted to tell this conference that it is not easy being a young agripreneur. What are your challenges that you want to share?
Okay, as a young youth, I got this tractor at the age of 25, and since mechanization is seasonal, leading to income gaps, would appreciate to be engaged on something else that will guarantee regular income throughout the year to diversify income streams so that when the tractor is not in use, I'm able to sustain myself and maintain the high cost of tractor since it is expensive as the tractor ages.
Yeah, okay. One of the things that you talk about is how you inspire other young people to get into farming. And I've had conversations all over the African continent about we need to make farming sexy for young people. They want to get into tech. They want to get into coding. They don't want to be farmers. But people are looking at you. They're looking at the opportunities that Hello Tractor is providing. And what are they saying to you? How are you encouraging them?
Okay, I have mentored many youths in Narok County, venturing in agriculture and farming activities. and appreciate farming as agribusiness and other careers. Since I'm leveraging on technology and like old school ways of doing things, like when I'm just seated here, I'm able to know how many acres are cultivated, where my tractor is located now, and tracing out the income based on the activity through Hello Tractor app.
Jahil, will this model, what you've done with young agripreneurs, what you've done with agripreneurs who are hoping to create a better business, more money for themselves, for their families, can that be scaled? Are you already scaling up?
Yeah, I mean, Africa has roughly 740 million acres of arable land. It's the least mechanized region on Earth, but it has 65% of the farmland available to feed a growing population. So that indicates to me that there's a tremendous amount of upside to scale. Now, the path to get there is a very complicated one. We need more accommodative financing. If you look at, Africa, I think Dr. Adesina talks about Africa being a breadbasket region. We share that vision, but it's going to take the same types of incentives, in some instances, subsidies to reduce the risk profile of the market and reduce the cost of capital to unlock that opportunity, because we're all in commodity businesses. And if it costs our farmers 2 to 3 times more to grow the same crop, they will find it a challenge to compete with Brazil, with North America, and that's our ambition, right? This isn't a regional story. This isn't even a country level development story. It's a story around how Africa can emerge as a global leader in agriculture. I think we're on that pathway, and I think there's a lot of other entrepreneurs in this room on that pathway with us, and Hannah's one of them.
If there's a question I haven't asked that you are dying to ask, microphone there, microphone there. 5 more minutes in this session before we break for lunch. So do go to the mics if you have a question that I haven't asked already.
Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead, Jahil.
I like to talk, Finn. Come on now.
You have a question for yourself, Jahil. How typical.
Microphone. But I see Brian in the back of the room. There was a chart that flashed up. I don't know if we can pull it back, but they did, Selly did some fantastic work with Dahlberg to benchmark all the top lenders in African agriculture. And as you can see, they looked at non-banking financial institutions, commercial banks, as well as impact lenders, which I think is a broad catch-all for everybody else. And Hello Tractor ranked top across all the major categories. That's not to brag. I think what it is the signal that there are real opportunities to make money in agriculture if you do it the right way, and encouraging those in the room who are capital allocators to pay closer attention to what's happening in African agriculture.
Hannah and Jahil, on the first day, the first morning of this conference, we were told, do not leave the room without partnerships, without deals, without some way of connecting with this audience. I know that you're hoping that that will happen for yourself. Who would you like to talk to over lunch?
Yeah, would wish that maybe I get an opportunity, like a permanent job, to explore my passion and my love towards agriculture, since it is also my career to assist more farmers.
And you're based here in Kenya?
Yeah, I'm based in Kenya.
So the opportunity would be ideally in East Africa, in Kenya?
Even if it is outside Kenya,
okay.
I'm ready to.
All right.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, this is your lunchtime assignment to make those connections for how you can be an even bigger agripreneur. I did ask if I could drive your tractor. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Don't let her do that. Don't let her do that, Hannah.
Jahil, what's the issue?
That is a covenant breach. You are untrained, Femi.
How much training would I need? I'm a journalist. I can learn fast. How would you teach me, Hannah?
It will depend if you have already done the driving. That one, by joining the tractor classes will be easy for you.
Yes.
Yeah, you
I know how to drive, but not a tractor. But you're going to teach me.
Yeah, I can teach you.
All right.
Yeah.
Hannah Jahil, new Hello Tractor driver. Let's take a photograph. Thank you so much.